What the hell is up? My name is Jamie Logan, and today I'm talking to people about what processed really means.
Mostly unhealthy stuff.
Additives, not natural, not pure.
Chips or soda. The Beyond Burger, I'm still skeptical of that.
This is a Beyond Burger compared to all-natural beef patty. They're not as bad for you as the meat industry would like you to think.
That's excellent news.
Like, you're literally inside of Chick-fil-A and McDonald's. Like, don't tell me you're not eating plant-based meat because you're worried about something being processed. I want you to tell me, out of all of these pictures, what is processed and what is not?
Does not look processed. Does not look processed. It's a hot dog. What do you guys think?
Is this processed?
I would say so.
Okay. So it's interesting, out of all of these photos, they are all actually processed.
It's just because the hot dog doesn't look healthy.
Exactly. So we have this negative connotation
That's my knowledge of process. Exactly.
around process. But really all it means is that the food form was just altered slightly from its original state. You might have heard products like Beyond Meat or Impossible Meat. People use terms like processed when talking about these foods. Why would the meat industry put out this information that plant-based meats are processed?
So that people buy regular meat, their meat.
Sales, yeah. Prices, exactly. So if you were to look at the ingredients in a veggie burger, black bean burger, whatnot, I mean, it's really, you could get ones that have canola oil or whatever in it, but you could also make ones without, right? When you look at the ingredients in a beef burger, for example, people don't think about all the chemicals that are in that. Can you even read any of that?
No. Gross.
So gross. So this is a Beyond Burger compared to, so water, pea protein, there is canola oil and coconut oil, but there's rice protein versus all of these chemicals.
Oh, that's really interesting. I just learned a lot. Thanks.
I'm so glad. The process to take a soybean to turn that into a burger is simply taking soybeans, grinding them up into a powder, baking them, eating them, whereas a beef burger requires breeding an animal into existence. You have to jerk off a bull to then take that semen, artificially inseminate it into a female cow. She gets pregnant. 9 months later, she has the baby. She's separated from her baby. She's killed. The baby's killed, sent to the slaughterhouse. Their hides are ripped off. Their bodies are dismembered. They're put onto supermarket shelves. Then they're cooked. Seasoning is added to them. I'm like, if that's not processed, I don't know what is.
The process starts from the time they're birthed, because you want to produce more. You want a bigger cow. The bigger the better, right? So you have to process them. You have to give them chemicals, food, additives in order to get your best gain from them. And then to get it, once it's killed, to get it to a consumer's mouth, it has to be processed.
How despicable.
I do like a burger though, a meat burger.
Yeah, I think all of us did too. Like, and I think it's like taste, convenience. It's, you know, something that most people have done most of their lives. But when we think about the aftermath of that burger, what had to happen for that to get to our plates?
Right. There's a lot of processes.
Yes, you actually just said it. It's a processing plant. That is where, I mean, right? So the most processed is the meat burger. If you could have a piece of chicken that is very high in protein, that's better for the environment, that tastes good, and that doesn't cause a chicken to have to suffer and die, versus the traditional chicken that you eat, which causes a baby bird to have to be forced into these horrible conditions, sent to the slaughterhouse, and ultimately killed. Why wouldn't you choose this plant-based meat?
Because the other thing has been around for like the entire time of human existence. It's kind of been the way we've been living, by eating animals.
Yeah, it's a tradition. I agree.
Yeah, so,
Absolutely.
I mean, I've just been following that because that's where like the most studies are about. I mean, it's natural to do.
It's a habit, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's a habit.
So just because we've been doing something for a while, does that justify us to continue doing it?
No, not always, but I mean, this one has been like for as long as humans has been around, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but I think that when we are moving in a time where we have new technologies, where we can be healthier and eat healthier, and we can help the planet and not hurt animals because we have other alternatives. What cavemen maybe didn't have the alternatives,
Yeah.
right? So maybe what would stop you then from making that leap?
I don't know. I mean, the future can change a lot. So it might be that in the future we eat like foods that aren't like coming from a result of animal dying. So
Yeah, well,
My wife loves Impossible Burgers and stuff like that. Yeah.
good. Well, she'll be glad to know that they're not as bad for you as the meat industry would like you to think.
Wow, that's excellent news. I can't wait to tell her when I get home.
So definitely eat up on your Impossible and Beyond Burgers and Light Life and any plant-based meat products.
She says it's so much tastier.
It's so much tastier, but the best part is no animal had to get hurt for that product to get there.
Amazing, thank you.
Plant-based meats are still better than the meat alternative. I do hope that, for your own health, when you look at when you put death into your body and antibiotics and hormones and chemicals from these animals, over the long term, it can lead to heart disease, cancers, diabetes, and there are major links with animal products and those diseases. So, keep that in mind.
Yeah.
70% of pharmaceuticals are given to farmed animals.
You have to get it. You have to grow it. We need mass production. You have to get it from one state to another state.
Right.
So it has to be processed.
And the World Health Organization has put out a statement saying that processed meats are a class 1 carcinogen, meaning it leads to cancer in humans. How do you feel about that?
I agree. I 100% agree with that.
So what would stop you from maybe switching to plant-based and leaving animals off your plate?
I don't know. I guess nothing's stopping me.
Today is the day. Today is the day. It's important to consider being an animal lover. Is there truly a difference between this angel, this little baby here, with this precious face, and any of the animals that end up on our plates?
I think you're totally right. I think about it a lot.
What a day it has been on the Cocoa Walk, talking to people about health and what the term processed really means. The meat industry would like you to be scared of that word, but plant-based meat is perfectly healthy and really not much more processed than a baked good that you might have at home, a pasta, or even a smoothie. So guys, until next time, follow me. I'm at It's Jamie's Corner. I appreciate you all, and go vegan. Bye! So when it comes to health and being alive, what keeps you alive?
Each morning when I wake up, I thank God I have a new day.
Do you ever look into maybe whose lives you have to end to live your life?
No,
What do you think about killing animals for food?
I don't like that. I love animals.
So are you vegan?
No, I live here in Miami in Coral Gables.
okay.
In fact, it's arriving now.
As soon as you bring up the V word, it's like, oh my God, gotta go, have a meeting.